What up, world? It's your girl, Celeb. I'm sitting at BAM Cafe with Maiysha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What exactly is love for you? Since it's the season of love and all that.
Like, yes, it's almost the day of love.
So what exactly is love to you, and what are you looking to get out of love?
You know, I'm still figuring out what love is to me, to be perfectly honest. Like, I think that changes all the time for me, and I think I'm really grateful. I did this thing in my album, you know, and I named the album This Much Is True because all I could do to sum up 8 years of my life was to say, well, it's all true, you know. But I think at the end of the day, like, you know, when I think about love and I think about like what it means to me, what I want it to mean, what I'm looking for in another human being, I don't necessarily know. I mean, you know, you make the list and you have your criteria, you talk to your girls, you talk to your mom, and it's like, well, what I find I learn the most is from the guys who I actually like interact with, you know, the men that I choose to let into my life. And in my liner notes on my album, I actually thanked all the men I've loved before, and I said, whoa. Yeah, my liner notes say, I think the last thing I say is, and to all the men I've loved before, you were worth it. Like, you were well worth the trouble. You know what I mean? And I mean it, because like you learn so much, you know, every day. I mean, I just started dating somebody new, and like it, you know, I was kind of like, oh, wow, like I didn't. You know, on one hand, it's like you're flattered by things, but it's also like kind of an observation. Like, you know, once you get to a point where you're not expecting everybody you date to become the one, you start looking at the things like, I really like that you do that, or I don't like that you do that. So let me put that on my list. I want somebody who don't do that. But I do like this, you know. Like, so this year, my biggest thing, you know, is Valentine's Day, and I have discovered that this year, what the quality I am most appreciating about my Valentine is that he dates me every day, whether we're together or not. And I wouldn't call us in love, we just met, but like, I'm like, oh, yeah. There's something you're looking for, so I think it evolves. Love, you know, love's a fluid concept. It means so many different things. Everybody's looking for something different out of it. I'm not really looking for love to save me. I'm not looking for it to, like, you know, complete me or validate me in some, like, you know, profound way. I'm looking for it to compliment me. I'm looking for it to not drive me crazy.
I know this.
I'm looking for it to inspire me and to really to make me laugh, to make me smile, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So you talked about love and all the things.
I talk a lot about love.
I know.
And I will always talk about love.
I will too.
All day.
Like, I'll never admit it, and I don't know why I'm about to say this on camera, but like, I'm an undercover romantic. Like, I won't let you know I am, but I am.
I got it out of her. You heard it first. It was me. I did it.
She got it.
I try to bring that out in people. You know, I think it's the girls.
The girls. I need to get some.
I can't believe I just like yeah, you know,
I didn't wear my miraculous bracelet.
I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. I like to think of myself as cautiously optimistic. You know, it's like I've definitely been through my share of stuff. You know, I think it comes out in my music. It definitely comes out just in my life, and you know, I try not to be jaded about it. I do very much believe in love, and I very much believe in romance, and I'm always really excited when I meet somebody, and I don't even mean this in a romantic context, because sometimes I just meet other people, like in just like I've made new friends in the last year who just their outlook on love totally inspires my outlook on love, and it makes me look at things with fresh eyes, and I think that's really important, that we always be able to like look at this whole life experience with fresh eyes, because it opens us to new people and new experiences and new things, and love is part of that. And even if you fall in love with somebody and you're with them for years and years and years, you need to be able to occasionally look at them with fresh eyes, because we're always changing. That's why the idea of love, I think, is always changing. Like, what you need from a person when you meet them at 25 is not the same thing you're going to need from them at like 32 or 40 or 50, you know? That's going to change, and you hope you change together. You hope you grow together, because, you know, you either grow together or you grow apart. But it's still very, you know, it's fluid. You got to let it be that. You know, that's kind of like where I stand with that whole love thing.
Okay, so what's next for you? Like, the album has been out for a while now.
It has been out. Yeah, the album's been out for a year and a half. I just did a few weeks ago at the Blue Note. I just recorded a live album.
Okay.
Because, you know, one of the things I was going through, you know, as an indie artist, it's really difficult. Like, unless you get signed to somebody's tour, it's really difficult to get the capital together to tour yourself. And we're still working on that for me, and, you know, doing whatever we can. But in the meantime, you know, it's like I have been blessed enough to have people actually be interested in what I'm doing. Like, you know, people in London, people in, like, Tokyo, you know, it's so cool. Like, you know, and social networking makes it so easy to, like, connect with people, and they're like, dude, I really love your music. I'm like, how did you even hear my music? Like, that's so great. And I felt like I wanted to do something. That was a twofold project. I wanted to, bring the live experience to my fans who can't actually get to the shows, and who I can't bring the shows to yet. And then I also wanted to do something for people who didn't know me, that maybe made it a little more accessible, that just wasn't so much about, okay, well, this is who Maiysha is. Because you know what? If the album's on iTunes, people can go buy it, they can go find it. But I wanted to do something that was really accessible. So what I did was a cover album, essentially. It's called Undercover.
Okay.
I recorded it at the Blue Note, January 23rd. And essentially I did a lot of mashups, like, you know, of some of my favorite songs. Some people I find really influential. So it's kind of all over the map, just like my music is. But I think it gives a really good perspective on, like, who I am as an artist and why. Okay. Because I didn't really hold back. I just kind of was like, I'm just going to go with it. And it also, you know, obviously buys me time to continue writing. I don't really like to rush the whole writing thing, you know. I don't plan on taking another 8 years to make my next album. But
I was like, please don't.
I mean, I love Sade, and I hope one day to be just like her when I grow up, but I can't afford to do that right now. I would like to have another album out by next year, and that is right now the plan. You know, I would hope by late next year we'll have another album out. But I don't think it should be rushed either. And because this album is going to encapsulate a much, much more, like, concise period of time, it's got to be right. So I don't want to rush that. So I did the live album. That'll be coming out probably within the next month or two. And so then we're going to go from there, and I'll be writing and doing a lot of stuff.
All right. Now, when you're not listening to your own stuff, who are you listening to? Like, who are you listening to right now?
I mean, I listen to a lot of stuff that was, like, from before I was even born. So I'm always listening to, like, Stevie and Shaka Khan and, like, you know, all sorts of stuff. Modern stuff, I listen to a lot of, like, I love a lot of UK artists. Like, I love Roisin Murphy. I love Jamie Liddell. Corinne Bailey Ray. I'm so happy she's back on the scene. So happy. Sade. Obviously, I'm really excited about her new release. I listen to, gosh, a lot of Van Hunt. Alice Smith. I'm a big fan of. Let's see, who else do I love? Robin Thicke. You know, I listen to all the stuff everybody listens to. You know what I mean? You know, then I have my days I just want to listen to jazz. Or I just want to listen to classical, like, all day. You know, I appreciate country. I really like Sugarland. Okay. I like them a lot. I don't really do that whole thing, although I love a good Taylor Swift every now and again.
Are you serious?
Every so often. Okay. I mean, not enough to, like, really do it, but if it comes on, I'm not like, I'm gonna turn that off. You know, yeah, you know, I try to stay in tune to everything, to be perfectly honest. I try to stay open. And, you know, I do a lot of, like, I love, like, the whole iPhone thing and being able to, like, Shazam stuff. Like, so if I hear a beat I like, or, like, you know, I love that I can just be like, what is that? And I find that I like a lot of indie rock. I didn't even know. Who knew I liked so much indie rock? Who knew that was so funky? Good stuff, you know? So, I listen to a lot of Kings of Leon, you know? Okay, yeah. So, yeah.
Now, what's something about you that people don't know? Like something weird or quirky or funky or...
that I am, I'm a closeted Martha Stewart.
Okay.
Yeah.
With, like, crafts or, like, cooking?
Oh, the whole thing. The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yes, girl, yes. I, like, for instance, you know, like, if I wasn't a singer, I would probably be doing interior design. Every Christmas, I cook for about 24 people. I love to bake. Okay. I sew.
And you're in Brooklyn, so you need to, like, have a potluck or something. Invite people over.
I should. I'm so scared.
I like to eat. I
need to have a mixer. Actually, this last Christmas was so crazy. It was actually really cool because I had so many people there that were new friends. People I met on Twitter, like people who vlogged about me. So you will probably be invited to the next year. At the Celeb at my house this year for Christmas. Yeah, like, I think those are things people don't necessarily expect to hear about me. I mean, there's other things, but I'm trying to think. That was what I thought of first.
You just want to say something real quick to your fans before we get out of here?
For those of you who have supported me and continue to support me, I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. And for those of you who don't know me, I hope you'll get to know me. And more to come. Thank you.